Weston here once again with another deck tech video, and today we're going to be doing some Simic Lifegain, which is going to take some of the strengths of Simic, which is landfall, and turn it into one of my favorite archetypes, Lifegain. So without further ado, let's get straight into this bracket 2 deck. No game changers here. Below $1,000, we have Tatyova Benthic Druid. You know, a core commander in a lot of landfall decks. So what does Tatyova do? Many of you already know, but for those who don't, she has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain a life and you draw a card. So she's kind of her own little self-contained value engine. She helps you stabilize by gaining a life and drawing the card. And that's exactly how we're going to use her here today. Drawing the card to help us get more lands, to help us gain more life, and use the cards in our deck to gain more life, and then hopefully kill our opponents by doing so. So first off, we got Nissa, who shakes the world. She is going to be in here almost exclusively to be able to allow your forest to tap for double green. And then she puts 3/1/1 counters on up to one target non-creature land you control. Untap it, it becomes a 0/0 creature with vigilance and haste. You can also use it to just untap the land, if I recall correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then -8 if you somehow get to that. If your opponents allow this, you can search for all the forests in your library and put them onto the battlefield tapped. And lands you control are indestructible. Creatures. A lot of these are going to look very familiar to a lot of you who play landfall. And that's by design, because the landfall is kind of like a self-contained package. No matter what type of landfall you have, a lot of these are going to end up being similar. So we have AC, Tyrant of Dire Strait. It's a 5/5 for 6. You can play an additional land on each of your turns, and when a land enters the battlefield, draw a card. Ancient Green Warden. You may play lands from your graveyard. If a land entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, it triggers twice, or well, an additional time. So this is going to help us double our life gain triggers off of not only Tatyova, but some of the other life gain landfall creatures that you will see, and landfall enchantments in the deck. Augur of Autumn. You can look at the top card of your library, play cards from the top of, or lands from the top of your library, and as long as you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. We have Azusa, Lost But Seeking, a classic commander, and I love this card. I love the art. I just love this card. I have she is one of my favorite in-paper commander decks. Somewhere, wherever it is sitting right now, it's somewhere in the pile of like 40 decks. We have Dryad of the Elysian Grove. You may play an additional land on each of your turns, and lands you control are every basic land type. We have Essence Warden. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain a life. This is going to combo right here with our Scoot Swarm. Again, one of my favorite cards. You'll see it in a lot of decks that I build. A landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield, create a green insect. If you have 6 or more lands, you make a copy of Scoot Swarm instead. You can get out of control very quickly. We have Grazing Gladeheart, which is landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain 2 life. Horizon Explorer. Lands you control enter untapped, and whenever you attack a player, create a land or token. Ice Till Explorer. You may play an additional land each of your turns. You can play lands from your graveyard. And Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, mill a card. Jetty Offsuit has landfall whenever a land enters under your control. Gain a life. Lotus Cobra and Nissa need no introduction. They add mana. When lands enter the battlefield, Nissa will also let you draw... I think it's draw a card, isn't it? No. Then, if this creature is the second time, reveal the top card of your library. Until you reveal an elf or elemental card, put it into your hand. The rest in the bottom of your library. Sorry, the draw card is something. There's a card, I can't remember what card it is. I always get it confused. Oracle of the Moldiah. You may play lands from the top of your library. You can play an additional land. You know, play with the top card of your library revealed. We've got Steve. Okay, nothing against the artist, but I don't like the art on this card. Original Steve and other Steve's really good. This one just kind of looks odd to me. And then we have Springheart and Antuco. Bestow it on your things, pay some 2, and get any one of your value engines to be copied. Tireless Provisioner, gets you food or treasure. Tireless Tracker gets you a clue. And Wayward Swordtooth has Ascend, and you may play an additional land each turn, and it can't attack or block unless you have the City's Blessing. Sorceries, we're going to have Ramp City, okay? Look at this. It's all ramp. All of it. All the time. We got Awaken the Woods. Makes a whole bunch of Forest Dryad lands. Cultivate. Explosive Vegetation. Farseek. Grow from the Ashes. Kodama's Reach. Last March to the Ents is not ramp, but it will let you draw lots of cards. Migration Path. Nissa's Triumph. Open the Way, Ramp and Grow, Scape Shift, Summer Bloom, which is you may play up to 3 additional lands this turn, and Tempt with Discovery. Instants, we have 7. We have Constant Miss, you can fog and buy back by sacking the land. Entish Restoration is a ramp. Roiling Regrowth is a ramp. We have Jahir's Respite. I love this card a lot. It's a fog that lets you ramp. So it's search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of creatures attacking you. Put those cards on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. So like if somebody comes at you with a go wide deck, fog and get all the lands. Eureka Moment lets you draw and play an additional land. Nature's Claim, destroy target artifact or enchantment, gain 4 life. Planogenesis. And then for our artifacts, hey, look at that. We have an Aetherflux Reservoir. So the plan, like I said, is gain a whole bunch of life. And then nuke people. You just shotgun them with the Aetherflux Reservoir, right? Because not only are you going to be playing lots of spells, but we have packages in here to gain life off of landfall, to gain life off of creatures entering the battlefield. We also have Ahamaret's Archive, which is if you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. If you draw a card, except for the first one, you draw twice that many. Amulet of Vigor, untapped. Crucible of Worlds, Seer's Sundial. By the way, Amulet of Vigor is a wonderful card. I used to play it in 12 Post before I had my candelabras, and now, since I don't have candelabras after selling my initial collection, Amulet of Vigor has made a comeback for me. Also, this card needs lots of reprints because it's super expensive. Crucible of Worlds, Seer's Sundial, Landfall. You can pay 2, draw a card. Zeron Orb, sacrifice a land. You gain 2 life. Enchantments, we've got Burgeoning. We got Druid class, so whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. You can level it up to play an additional land. And at level 3, when this class becomes level 3, target land you control becomes a creature with haste. With power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Exploration, Colony Heart Expedition. Life Gift, whenever a land comes into play. Yeah, whenever a land, that's very important. Whenever a land comes into play, you may gain 1 life. Life Tap, gain 1 life each time a forest controlled by target opponent becomes tapped. You're going to see why we're running Yavimaya in this deck, so, make everybody's stuff forest, and then use Life Tap to gain life off of them just tapping their lands. Mana Breach, whenever a player plays a spell, that player returns a land he or she controls to its owner's hand. Omen Path Journey, searches for lands. Power Leech, gain 1 life, and whenever one of your opponent's artifacts becomes tapped, or whenever the activation cost of one of your opponent's artifacts is paid, you gain that life. It's not triggered by continuous artifacts. Primeval Bounty is landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, gain 3 life. And then whenever you cast a creature spell, you make a 3/3 beast, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put 3/1/1 counters on target creature you control. Retreat of Kazundu, landfall. You can either put a 1/1 counter on target creature or gain 2 life. Rites of Flourishing, classic card. Doesn't see as much play today, but lets you play an additional land, and it's a Howling Mine plus additional lands. Roots of Life, when you play Roots of Life, choose islands or swamps. Whenever a land of the chosen type that target opponent controls becomes tapped, gain a life. Thought Leech, whenever an island controlled by target opponent becomes tapped, gain 1 life. Trade Routes, you can return target land you control to its owner's hand, discard a land, draw a card. Zendikar's Royal, you get a 2/2 green elemental for the landfall. And then we have our lands. We are running 22 basics in here. We are running some fetches, both expensive fetch and then also our budgety fetches. We have some non-basics in here. We have a Seiju, Coral Atoll, which you know, these are the cards that you have to return lands to your hand to do, but they're the same thing as like a Simic Growth Chamber, right? Think of like Karoo. We have Breeding Pool in here. We have Strip Mine. Yeah. But overall, a fun little take on Landfall, I think. Just focusing primarily on the Lifegain aspect of the deck. But as always, let me know what you think of the deck in the comments down below. And as always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.